What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. First off, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We are here once again on a beautiful Friday, here for another Madden 25 rebuild, as today we have one of the teams that played on Thanksgiving, that being the Green Bay Packers. Well, obviously the Packers do not need my help. You guys already know, as I said in the last several videos, we're doing all 32 teams, and we're at like the last 5 teams to do. We're getting into the teams that are really good. So we still have like the Lions and the Chiefs to do that obviously don't really need my help. And Packers are pretty much up there as well. But let's just go ahead and jump in on this Friday and let's rebuild the Green Bay Packers in Madden 25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Yes, I'm recording this right after all the Thanksgiving games. What a day it was. The Cowboys look a little bit better, obviously, since they've had guys come back from injury. Deron Bland being back, Micah Parsons. And then the Bears, what the hell happened with like 30 seconds left in the clock? That was bizarre as hell. Dolphins, Tua still can't play in the cold. But that's near here or there. Let's just go ahead and talk about the Green Bay Packers. So for Green Bay, obviously, as we all know, they got Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed. It's a very good damn team. There's a lot to like here. Defensively, you have Bullard, Quay Walker, McDuffie, Wilson, Xavier McKinney, who's been so damn good this year, along with Josh Jacobs. So that's both their free agency signings who have been just phenomenal. Jared Alexander missed the game tonight, but you have Luke Vaness, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary. So a lot to like about this Green Bay team. As usual, we're going to simulate the rest of season 1, where we will find ourselves in the playoffs, and it will be very interesting to see how this team finishes out. So at the end of the season, we finish up at 13-4, but obviously because the Lions are in our division, we do not get a home game. We are on the road to Arizona. So let's go ahead and take a look at the player stats to end the season. Offensively, 3rd in the NFL, which is great to see, and defensively, you got 21st in the NFL. So Jordan Love, 34 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Blake Wilson, of course, started a few games this season as well. Josh Jacobs, 11 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. Again, both are free agency signings with Josh Jacobs, McKinney. They've been excellent. Jaden Reed, obviously really good. Romeo Doubs, really solid season. Watson, Tucker Kraft, a lot to like there. And defensively, sacks-wise, you had, interceptions, McKinney. As I said, Xavier McKinney has been so damn good this season for the Packers. Rashawn Gary, 5 sacks. Deontay Wyatt with 5 and 3.5 from Kenny Clark. But without further ado, one thing we have seen lately when we do these Madden rebuilds is Green Bay always seems to make the Super Bowl. So I am curious to see if I'll have that kind of luck controlling them today. Let's start with jumping in against the Arizona Cardinals. So Kyler Murray and the Cardinals in Arizona. Let's see if we can come out here and beat them. They will jump up 7-0 on us, but we respond with a touchdown, and then we will get a stop, make them punt, and now we're up 14-7. We get the ball back, and now we have the ball to start the second half, and we do nothing with it. Still have the lead right now. We take a 17-7 lead. Arizona makes it a 3-point game, but we are going to win 20-14, and just like that, head to divisional weekend. I think these last few rebuilds we've done with the teams that are up top right now have gone on a run to start the season when we first started things off. So that could be the case here once again. Obviously one step at a time, but let's go see who we get to play in divisional weekend. I definitely had a feeling it would be this team in the divisional round. It is our fellow counterparts in our division, the Detroit Lions. So Jared Goff and the Lions, we head to Ford Field to see if we could advance past them to get to the NFC Championship. They will jump up 3-0 on us, but we are going to respond with their own field goal, and they respond with the touchdown. All right, and now we respond as well, so it's 10-10 thus far. Get the ball to start the second half, and we're going to go up 17-10. We double dip. Yes, we can. It's 23-10. We miss the extra point. The Lions score a touchdown, but we are going to drain the clock, and just like that, in season number 1, we're already headed to the NFC Championship. So this video is already off to a good start. I think the last couple of videos have been like that. So let's see if we can continue on with that path. This time, make it to the Super Bowl once again, like we did the last couple of videos in season 1. Obviously, you could guess who we're getting in the NFC Championship. It is the other really good team in the NFC, that being the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if you remember, these two teams matched up week 1 in Mexico, I believe it was. It was in some other country, but they matched up week 1. I think, if I remember correctly, didn't Philadelphia... I can't even remember who won that game, to be honest with you. It was so long ago. But let's see if we can come out here and beat the Eagles. So we are going to start off with the football here, and we will go down and score a field goal. And they're going to respond with their own. And we will score a touchdown. It's 10-3 so far. And I was about to say we could take a massive lead here, but we don't. Can we do it now? No. So it's going to be a tied game in the fourth quarter, but we will respond with a touchdown. Our Eagles do the same thing. And now we're in overtime. Can we go score an OT? We do not. And we are going to lose to Philadelphia in overtime. So I didn't want to jump in. I could have. I really could have. But it's year one, so I didn't really feel like it was necessary. So unfortunately, fall short to the Eagles in the NFC Championship. I really feel like we could have won that game pretty easily. We had moments to take like a massive lead, and we just didn't jump on it. But that's where I come in. We're going to fill the holes we need to fill, and we'll be right back in the Super Bowl next year. So the first up, per usual, in these videos, as the Eagles get a rematch against the Chiefs and this time win in the Super Bowl. But we have $93 million in cap space. So that's always where it starts when we get into these rebuilds. So let's go ahead and see who we have as free agents. So Quay Walker is a fifth-year option. Only 80 overall, but he is 25, so I'll go ahead and accept it. Eric Stokes is a free agent. You know, don't really mind that as depth for corner. I do believe it looks like we need another corner, but I don't mind re-signing Eric Stokes just for as our third corner. Ideally, we get another in the Deontay Wyatt fifth-year option. We can go ahead and accept that as well. Bo Melton, Isaiah McDuffie. What do we got? Josh Myers. What else? Do we got anybody? I mean, honestly, we're kind of going to this free agency with not a ton of guys we need to resign. I'll resign Brandon McManus. That way we can continue to have our kicker here. And then Isaiah McDuffie, we can sign back. Only 23 or 26 and 73 overall. So just depth at this point. We still need to find a better replacement there. AJ Dillon. I totally forgot about AJ Dillon. Obviously, he's been hurt most of the season. Probably just going to let him go. And then we can re-sign Josh Myers too, I guess. He'll be pretty cheap. All right, so we'll have that as a re-signing stage. And let's get straight into free agency. So one thing I did do is I took the advice from some people saying to turn on the setting auto reorder depth chart. So it's not on manual, because I don't know if Madden fixed it. I'm assuming they probably didn't at this point because they take forever to fix things. But generate best lineup, or it's actually working now. Unless if that just, I don't know. Maybe they fixed it finally. But Jaden Reed, superstar, rightfully so. Love to see that. Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Romeo Dubs. So to me, the wide receiver room and tight end room is fine. The offensive line actually doesn't look too bad either. So I don't think we really need to do anything on this offense. A center upgrade could be necessary, but this offense was electric in the playoffs. And I mean, if you could make the argument, maybe we get like a more reliable wide receiver too. But I'll probably put more of my focus investing in the defense, because I definitely think that's where we could really, and then Xavier McKinney going up superstar X Factors, rightfully so as well. But yeah, linebackers need some help. The D-line looks good enough that I'm fine with it. We need another corner. So to me, it's linebackers. A free safety upgrade wouldn't be terrible either. I don't know how young Bullard is. How young is Bullard? So only 22. So he could continue to develop, but you know, maybe we sign a veteran free safety. We'll see. So linebackers, a center upgrade if we feel the need to do it, but I probably won't prioritize towards it. I'm mainly going to put all my focus, I think, on this defense, and we'll have to see if there's any. So like Stephon Gilmore, he's a vet, but honestly, we're trying to go win a Super Bowl next year, so I don't mind bringing Stephon Gilmore as our not wide receiver, but our cornerback too. And he does have some other offers, so there's going to be some competition for him. Justin Simmons would give us a really good free safety. Again, I like Bullard, so Simmons, you know, if he doesn't sign, it's a luxury signing, and we are at the top of his priority list, but there are some other guys interested. Bobby Wagner as another vet. Like, we're just kind of going to invest on this defense and just give ourselves the best defense possible for year two. So that's two veterans we've gone after at this point. Is there another coverage linebacker we can bring in? Let's go see. We got Baron Browning, Willie Gay, Preston Smith, who obviously was traded to the Steelers. You have Azeez Ojulari. I don't know. So we'll take a look at some of the other options available. Yeah, so like Willie Gay might be, what is Willie Gay's, let's see, what is his archetype? I actually don't even know much about Willie Gay, to be honest with you. I know he used to play for the Chiefs, but we'll take a look at some other guys, and we'll see what we find. But those are the three offers we made thus far. So yeah, I pretty much kept the offers the same as you guys saw. We also offered on Willie Gay. We're trying to get Bobby Wagner, Justin Simmons, and Stephon Gilmore. So really just trying to strengthen this defense with even more vets to see if we can make that happen. So we'll see if they end up signing. All four would be great. So we do get Bobby Wagner and Willie Gay. So it does strengthen our, obviously, linebacker room quite a bit. We do not get Stephon Gilmore, it looks like he signed somewhere else. But Justin Simmons, I'm still interested in. So I'll offer just a little bit more. But honestly, I'm kind of thinking about just trading for a corner. We'll see if we get Justin Simmons, though. And he does sign. So we get Justin Simmons, so that's great. So the defense is getting even stronger, which is great. We'll look at the center to see. So we can get David Andrews. But again, it's not that much of an upgrade. So to me, I need another corner. Like Gilmore goes to the Chargers. So I'm going to explore the idea of trading for a cornerback, too. Obviously, the Commanders got Marshawn Lattimore at the deadline. If we could do something like that, that'd be great. Because we have Jair, but I do think it'd be... So we don't need someone like Jair or Lattimore. But if we can get another corner, too, I think that'd give us like a really strong defense going into this next season in the attempt of trying to go on and win the Super Bowl. But Stokes is a solid third corner. We also could just draft the corner as well. Like, we could just do that. But I do want to explore the idea of trading for it just fairly quickly to see if that is on the table. So as far as what corners we can go after, so obviously Jalen Johnson from our division rival is probably not going to happen, but that'd be cool. Taylor Britt, no thank you. Teron Johnson, it's okay, but Rasheed Douglas, former Packer, obviously we're not getting Surtain. White corner, Riley Moss. So Greg Newsome has been someone that obviously has been kind of in trade rumors, but I will say, you know, trading for guys is hard. So in Madden, you have to pay a lot, I've noticed. In this new Madden 25, there's a lot you have to pay. Like, a third doesn't even get the conversation started. I assume a second probably doesn't do it either. Yeah, I mean, it's getting closer, but I don't know. Like, a Greg Newsome for a second's a little rich. And then you just have to throw a bunch of draft picks. So, yeah, trading for a corner is probably not realistic. It's just so hard to make trades in this Madden, I've noticed. So, yeah, I mean, we'd have to, like, fill out. Let's just draft, man. Let's just draft. That was an 84 overall star corner, so the odds of us being able to trade for a corner without trading our first is probably unlikely. And if we're going to trade a first-round pick, I'm going to need somebody really good. I don't think you trade your first-round pick for Greg Newsome at this point, unfortunately. Like, if we got Denzel Ward, maybe you could get the conversation started there, but I think we're better off just trying to hit in the draft for our cornerback. So, and this draft does have some solid corners in it. We'll see if we can get one to fall to us, though. Obviously, we'll be picking somewhat late because we made it far. But number 29, we'll see if we can get one of the corners to fall to us. So far, we do have Morrison going off the board, Siobhan Level, Takaro Davis, Benjamin Morrison were two guys I was definitely looking at or thinking about, but they're both gone. So let's see what else we have. So hopefully we can get... there's a corner maybe I'm not thinking of. So we do have Denzel Burke at Ohio State still available. So let's take a look at him. Yeah, I think this is going to be the pick here. So we're going to take Denzel Burke. We're going to get our corner in round 1. So number 33 in True Value, drafting 29. Really can't be too mad about that. The only thing that sucks about him is obviously, as you guys just noticed, he's only normal dev. So I love getting the hidden dev because it gives you another star development player, but hopefully we can just develop him into that. So with our second round pick, we got RJ Oben. We can get Ollie Gordon. We got Oscar Telp. We got another safety, Drew Allard, Jabbar Muhammad. So we could take another corner. So Oregon. I mean, I wouldn't mind strengthening our cornerback room even more. What are we on right now? Looks like we're... Wait, this is round 2? What? This looks weird. Why is everybody day 3? Huh, interesting. I think I might have done something wrong there. Okay, so we were looking at kind of the bottom of the barrel there for a second. Don't know what I just did. But we have Leonard Barden. We have another corner. We have a free safety, Devon Nicholson at Ole Miss. Take a look at him. No round 3 to 4 projection. We're sorting by probate. Let's go attributes again. So there we go. And then projection. All right, there we go. That looks normal. Okay. So Pride out of Missouri. We could take the center, low key. I don't mind this. This gives us kind of a center option in the future. We did say that our center could use an upgrade, but he is not. I mean, he's in dev, so I guess we can't be too mad about it. But that's gonna be our second round pick. And then honestly, at this point, I'll probably let my assistant GM draft in round 3. Let them nail the pick there. We'll just get straight into year 2 because obviously we're going to year 2 with a ton of optimism that this could be a Super Bowl year for us. We signed all those veterans in free agency for a reason. We would have ideally loved to have gotten Gilmore on top of what we got, but can't be too mad about it. I'm excited for the challenge going to year 2. So here's the lineup going into year 2. Obviously, the offense didn't really change at all. We did draft a center for the future, but he's a 70 overall, so it's probably not going to start this year, obviously. On the defense side of football, this is where we made a ton of changes. So the corner we drafted is a 76 overall, so it does give us a guy going forward. We obviously signed Justin Simmons. We have Quay Walker, Bobby Wagner, who we signed. We have Cooper behind him, Isaiah McDuffie. We have Willie Gay, McKinney. We have Eric Stokes, Rashawn Gary, Deontay White, Clark, Luke Vaness. And then, yeah, so that looks pretty good. Overall, pretty excited about this team. We just made the playoffs last year and crushed it, made it to the NFC Championship. So obviously the goal here is to find ourselves back in the playoffs with the hopes and optimism we can maybe go win a Super Bowl this quickly in this rebuild. That'd be great. We'll see how this season ends up. And of course, as soon as I take over the Packers, we have no success in year 2. We finish up at 8-9. Honestly, I thought it was a slam dunk, no-brainer that we'd make the playoffs, and boy, was I wrong. We finished off the season with a disappointing record of 8-9 and missed the playoffs entirely. So that is really disappointing to see. Defensively, 22nd in the NFL, so 33-12 from Jordan Love. Offense was still incredible. No surprise there. Yeah, the offense was really good. So I'm not concerned about it. It's still the defense that we need to fix even more. I liked a lot of the pieces that we had. Clearly, it is not enough. So let's just get straight to work once again. But missing out on the playoffs entirely is disappointing so badly. That sucks. That's a shot in the heart. I don't know why I just started singing, but yeah, it sucked, man. So let's get straight into resigning stage. I'm excited to get to work to see what more we can do. Bobby Wagner will probably retire if I had to guess. I still think we should bring in another corner, and maybe we change the scheme as well. Now, we are going to this offseason with not a ton of cap space. We do have to keep that in mind. I don't know if there's any crazy free agents to worry about, so we'll take a look at that in just a second. But we have Zach Tom, who, yeah, that's pretty important. Dubs, pretty important. Rasheed Walk, wow, yeah, this is a great free agency class that we need to keep around as far as our own free agents. So definitely some things we need to figure out because we need some money opened up. Let's take a look on who's making all the money here. The team salaries. Jair's making Elton Jenkins making 20 million. Jair's making 19. Obviously can't cut either of them. Kenny Clark, not going to cut him. Rashawn Gary, not going to cut him. Josh Jacobs, not going to cut him. So I think we go all in on this season, and we'll make this the last one regardless of what happens, because once we restructure contracts, it just screws you for the future. But we definitely need to keep all these free agents we just saw. So I'm going to restructure salaries recklessly. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. And we're going to have money freed up, but we'll have the money to resign the guys we need to resign, and then hopefully some money left over to also strengthen the roster. I think I'll go all in on a corner if I have the help to do, or if I'm able to do so. So Zach Tom, I wanted to bring him in, so yeah, we'll bring him back hopefully. So he's going to stick around. Same thing with Dubs and Watson, and then our other tackle, like I did. Oh my goodness, this is going to get close. I don't think we're going to be able to keep everybody, even after restructuring. So we're not going to have, so we're going to probably have to let Watson go if I had to guess. Hopefully have enough money to get Rasheed Walker. No, barely aren't going to have enough. Oh boy, do we have to franchise tag our left tackle? Oh gosh, not really ideal. But franchising, oh gosh, I can't do that. We'll accept the fifth year option to Luke Vaness. We're going to lose Christian Watson, which I hate. Well, I guess we didn't lose him. We could re-sign him. So I guess we're going to have to draft our left tackle. He's going to test free agency anyway. So that was all we could offer him. All right. Well, that is not great. So we're going into, I didn't expect us to not have money at all in this one. That's unfortunate, but we'll take a look at what we truly need. So we have $12 million in cap space. We do have Dontavian Wicks who could take a step up though. So I guess I can't be too concerned. So Reed and Dubs is still fine enough. We do have a young left tackle who I guess can play this season. We'll still maybe look at drafting one. Looks like they drafted us Dylan Edwards, or is this Donovan Edwards? This is Donovan Edwards out of Michigan. So, all right, that's pretty cool. So that's not a bad running back to have backing up Josh Jacobs. But yeah, so Dontavian Wicks is going to have to step up. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep Christian Watson. We'll see if we end up drafting a tackle or not. And defensively, to me, Simmons is down in overall. And then the only thing I'm going to worry about on defense right now is literally just getting a corner. I want a corner so badly, so I don't care. So let's take a look at free agency, and let's see what corners are available to us. So Brock Purdy. Oh, we do have some good corners here. So Kendall Fuller, Rasul Douglas, former Packer. So either way, I like one of them. I actually kind of like the idea of bringing back Rasul Douglas to Green Bay. I mean, he was here at one point anyway, so might as well just bring him back, right? So that'll be the all-in move on Rasul Douglas. We needed a corner too, and he'll be good enough for that role, and I like that. So we'll give Rasul Douglas. That'll be our big move in free agency. And we will head into the draft on the plans of obviously drafting our left tackle because we desperately are going to need one. Thankfully, we'll have a higher draft pick. But yeah, and another wide receiver may not hurt either. But the main point we need to make is drafting our left tackle in the worst way possible. Rasul Douglas back in this Green Bay team as I hit the mic. My apologies if that sounded bad on the audio. But let's get into drafting and let's find ourselves back in the playoffs. So we're picking at 17. Let's hope that there's a left tackle on the board. So there has been a few tackles that have gone off already. Caden Proctor went right before we were about to pick, so that's a little unfortunate. But we do have Charles on a Notre Dame. And okay, there's plenty of tackles still available, so we're chilling. So let's take a look at the first one we see. Awareness, impact blocking. I mean, there's a ton of options here, but I'm just going to go ahead and take Charles Jaguar. I don't even know how to say his last name, but number 6 True Vibe drafted in 17. He's only normal dev, but whatever. Gives us our tackle going forward, and can't be too mad about it. Hopefully he's at least better than the one we have now. Maybe I should have looked at the other options, but I just didn't because I'm an idiot. All right, so we got Connor Weigman, Dylan, Khalil Barnes. We got McNeil Warren. I mean, is there anything else? We can take Jordan Hall out of Georgia. Just kidding. We're not taking him. His grades were a little deceiving as when I first saw. And we could take a wide receiver. Indiana, does he look good at all? No, hell no. F catching. How can you be a freaking second round pick if you're not even catching the ball? What the hell? All right, so we can steer away from that. Singleton out of Georgia Tech. Eric Singleton. Nope, that looks not great either. Okay, not loving any of the options we've seen so far. Jacoby Johnson, corner. Deion Burks out of Oklahoma. Jermaine Bernard, playmaker. Let's see what we got. Holy moly, these guys look trash. Maybe just look at the safeties, I guess. Sure, Dylan will be depth going forward because Simmons won't be here forever. So B+ selection, hidden dev. Can't be too mad about that. All right, we're just going to get into year 3. Our team is talented enough. We better be in the playoffs next year. I'm going to change the defensive scheme a little bit. Offense will remain the same. We won't even touch that because it's been good and it'll continue to be good. But hopefully we'll find ourselves back in the mix next year. And honestly, we have to be because I went all in. I restructured contracts. So we're going to have no money in next year's free agency at all. So we better do good things this year or we're probably screwed going forward. But hopefully we'll see what it's looking like. So let's take a look at the lineup and let's see how our left tackle looks to see if he's even better than the one we already had. Hopefully he is. No, he's not, of course. So that was a waste of a first-round pick for this season, but whatever. It is what it is. Defensively, Rasul Douglas, and then obviously Justin Simmons, and then Weigman, although he's hidden dev, is even in the depth chart, so that's cool. Unless if he's just not there for some reason. Nope, he's just not even going to make the depth chart because his overall is not good enough. All right, well, it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and simulate year number 3. Hopefully, I'll see you guys at the end of the season with a playoff berth and ready to contend once again. So at the end of this one, we do finish up at 12-5, and we get to play Arizona once again, just like we did the very first season. But as you can see, once again, we do not win a division because the Detroit Lions do exist. So let's go take a look at the stats, but it's at least good to be back in the playoffs as Josh Jacobs led the way with rushing yards. We just saw that. So offensively, 7th in the NFL, and defensively, top 10. So the defense was finally really good, which is great to see. 18 touchdowns, 1,500 yards from Jacobs. Jaden Reed still doing his thing. Dontavian Wick stepped up big time in the absence of Christian Watson, so that's great to see. Sacks-wise, you had 9.5 from Kenny Clark, 8.5 from Sean Gary, 5 from Luke Van Ness. And you had a 5 interceptions from Jair, 4 from McKinney, and 2 from Simmons, and 2 from Denzel Burke. So all great to see. Let's go ahead and see if we can repeat what we did the very first season. Go to Arizona to start these playoffs and just kick the crap out of them and move on to the next round. So Kyler Murray remains the starting quarterback for the Cardinals. Let's see if Jordan Love can come in here and take over Arizona, like I said, like he did the first season. So we're up 7-0 to start things off. And I thought we were going to go 14-0, but instead Arizona will tie it up. And hopefully we get a score on the board. There we go, 14-7. 21-7 would look good right now. And no, it's going to be a tie game. Did they miss the extra point? I don't know what happened, but I'm not even going to question it. We're avoiding overtime. Something happened with the extra. I got to find out, actually. What the hell just happened there? So, view highlights. Let's see what happened in the fourth. They went for 2, those psychopaths. Wow, that is a bold decision and instead of, he threw it away. Wow, that's interesting to say the least. Wow, okay, well, I'm not mad at it. We're moving on. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I low-key didn't even realize the computer was capable of going for 2 like that. I would have been so pissed if we would have lost if the computer or the AI went for 2 on me. That's crazy. I didn't even think that was... So Justin Fields is the quarterback for the Giants, by the way. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, that was wild sequence. Thankfully, Arizona missed the 2-point, because if they would have won, I don't know how I would have been in shell shock. But regardless, we start with the ball here at MetLife Stadium, and let's see if we can go down here and score in the first drive. We do 7-0, and Fields is going to march down and get a field goal, but we will respond with another field goal. And now the Giants will tie it up. So we're in the third quarter with a tied ball game. But we're going to score here 17-10. Get a stop here on 4th down. And now we're going to win the game 17-10. So games have been low scoring, but it's been working. And just like that, we're right back in the NFC Championship. I'm assuming we'll probably end up seeing the Lions here if I had to guess, but we'll see who ends up being. My guess was indeed correct. It is once again our fellow division rival, the Detroit Lions. We beat them in divisional the very first season, but the stakes are higher here. We are in the NFC Championship to get to the Super Bowl, so let's see if we can come out here and win at Ford Field once again. So we're going to get a blocked field goal. We scoring this, so we only get a field goal in that great field position, but we're going to go up 6-0. I don't think that's good enough, but so far defense has been stepping up to the challenge. We need to score if we want some separation from this team, and I knew that was going to be a problem. It's now 6-14. Are we going to scope? We do tie it up. They are going to kick a field goal with 52 seconds left. It's 14-17 with no timeouts for us. I'm going to see if I can come in here and clutch up for the boys to get us into the Super Bowl. We need a massive chunk play here, and we need to be able to spike this ball. Let's see what we got going on. So I'm just going to go to Kraft in the middle to start this drive. We're going to go... spike. Let's go spike this ball. 35 seconds left remain. All right, so all we need is a field goal as well. We got to keep that in mind. So we don't have to get the home run touchdown, but that would feel even better if we could just walk this off right now. But you know, it may not be available to us. We also shouldn't take a sack if we can avoid it. I'm gonna go Kraft again. This time that's incomplete. I don't mind that. Oh, I thought we had first down. It looks like we don't. So we didn't get first down earlier. I thought we did, but it looks like that is not the case. All right, so we're still searching for the first down. I'm going to go Kraft in the middle again. That's going to get us closer. Hopefully that's field goal range. I'm going to spike it again. That gives us 14 seconds left, 2nd and 10. All right, now we really got to think about some out routes here. So let's go to bench. We're going to need to get some more yards, I think, here. They're going to probably guard the perimeter if I had to guess. Yep, they are guarding it hard. I'm going to go to Kraft. That's fine. I'm actually okay with the incomplete pass. All right. Do I take a shot at the end zone? Are we that psychotic? Or do we just want to kind of... I can't throw this in the middle. I'm going to take a shot deep. This might be crazy. Actually, I shouldn't do that. This is probably not the best play call. But maybe I just throw this. I'm going to go Y here. Just get out of bounds. That should give us enough yards for the field goal tie. So we'll take that. Allow... I'm not going to kick this because I already know if I do, it's just going to end up in a disaster. So hopefully he missed it. Of course he missed it. Oh my gosh. I should have just kicked it myself, but I would have missed it if I kicked it, though. I already know I would have. Am I an idiot for not kicking it myself? I don't know. I thought the computer would do it for me, but unfortunately I was wrong. And the line, we let them hang around for too long, man. At the end of the day, I think this is the first time in like 3 videos or maybe even longer, that we're not making it to the Super Bowl once in this video. And it's funny because it's with the team that always makes it in the simulation. And I'm not doing another season because I already know it's going to be a disaster. We're not going to have any money because I went all in on restructuring contracts. So I'm going to end it there, guys. Disappointing ending. We get to 2 NFC championships, but fall short both times. Hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great weekend. I might see you guys for a Saturday upload. I'm not sure yet. Don't count on it, but it might be there. Thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.